Alright, we're going to learn how to airbrush today. I would like you guys to take your own photo, or you can borrow one from Yearbook. To start this off, you're going to go File, Open, and find the image you want to use. Once it's open, you're going to right-click your layer, you're going to duplicate that layer, and we're going to call it Airbrush. Okay, so now I have my two layers. With the airbrush layer selected, you're going to go into Filter, Blur, and we're going to use Surface Blur for this one. So depending on your radius, it's going to add more blur or less blur. The bigger the number, the more blur you're going to get, but it also makes it look unrealistic. So for this assignment, I want you to stay somewhere between 8 and 15. So let's go with 13. Yeah. So I'm going to say okay. But now I've lost a lot of the details in my eyes, in my mouth. It definitely looks like there's some kind of filter over all of it. It's not very realistic. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to be using a mask to bring out the blur in only where we want it. So to do that, we're going to go Layer, Layer Mask, and we're going to hide it all and only bring back what we want. So I'm going to click Hide All. And if you notice here, our mask is now all black. Everything is hidden in terms of what we just did with that blur, okay? So to bring it back, we're going to use a mixture of gray and white. So white will bring it back completely. Anything on the grayscale is going to bring it back partially. So, and remember, if you use the square brackets on your keyboard, you can easily change the size of your brush. So we're going to go in, add in some of the blur. Now when you're bringing the blur back in, there's certain areas that you want to keep detail in. The eyes, the hair, okay, the bottom of the nose especially. Part of the bridge, you can mess around with that and see what works best for your photo. And then also the mouth, okay? So we can go in and add our blur. If we mess up, we can switch and make it black and bring it back, okay? If you make it anywhere in the gray range, it'll bring back some of the blur, but not all of it, which will help blend between the black and white. Okay, and if we look at my little layer mask right here, you can see where all the white is. I have the blur on the nose. It's gray. Okay, and you're gonna go until you have a believable edit, and then save it as a JPEG and hand it in.